Alright, this is Journey to My Benches 2013 Spring Update. There's a Japanese black pine. Everything's growing really well. This is a newly collected tree. This is a native species to South Carolina. It's a native dogwood, Yamadori. Here is the latest Japanese maple that we did. As you can see, it's leafing out nicely. Pardon all the weeds, I'll be pulling those shortly. This is a burning bush. Barberry. Stordia. Elm tree, American elm, coral bark maple that we did the styling video on. I'm going to be doing a short video on this one here really soon to show what the next steps are as far as developing the ramification goes. All of the thread grafts that we did on this tree decided they were going to take, so that's nice. Here is the trident maple. As you can see, I've got some apexes here I've got to deal with. This one's trying to outgrow the apex that I want now, so we're going to go ahead and just nip that in the bud right now. The one that you want to develop as the apex, you always want to make sure it's the highest out of all of them, or else it'll become a secondary. So just a quick bit of info. Something pretty interesting. The first time this has ever happened to me on this tree, I got flower buds on just this one branch. You can see this thing is just gobbed full of seeds. So I've got tons and tons of trident maple seeds here that are forming. Probably going to have to clean some of these off. I do want to save some of them as well, just so I can, have some more if I want to propagate or give away to folks. So those are seeds straight off this tree. Let's come over here. This is the other trident maple. Letting it grow freely. This one got a little carried away, got a little dried out, and it lost a lot of foliage, and then we got a lot of rain, so it's actually, and I guess this is a good time for me to explain something, because it happened to this tree. If you get one that gets a little bit dried out and all the leaves are drooping down and they can get a little papery dry, just make sure you water it really well. And don't overwater, just soak it really good, let it halfway dry out, soak it again, and 9 times out of 10 what will happen is you'll get a second flush of growth, which is what's happening now on the tree. These main leaves, as you can see, are damaged from it getting underwatered. I was actually out of town and we had a real hot spell there for about 3 or 4 days, and I wasn't able to control the watering, and this is the only one that seemed to be affected, so I don't understand why none of my other trees did it. But you can see it's getting another flush of growth coming out, so it's in good shape. It's okay. It looks raggedy right now, but it'll have a full recovery. This here's an azalea, and it's in about half the third of the size container that one's in, and it didn't even get affected, so something interesting to note. Here's the Chinese elm. It's starting to bud out this year. This is the broom style one that we cut back. We did the V cut, and as you can see, it's healing over nicely. It's almost, I'd say it's 50 to 60% healed over at least. So we'll be doing another video on that one as well. This is the chalk bark maple. As you can see, it's exploded this season with foliage. I need to get it in and get it tamed down as well. This is the other trident maple that we did the trunk chop on, and like I explained before, I was setting this side of the tree towards the sun to hope to get some bud back on this side, and actually I did. Successful in getting one here and a few down here down low. This one here is probably not going to be good for anything, so we'll just go ahead and remove that one now. But I do have one here, and I do have one here, so that's a good sign. At least I'm getting some back budding. And I've got some more right down through here. These are some dormant bud sites that may produce as well. There's a few dormant bud sites down throughout here as well. So, you know, if we don't get them where we want them, we always thread graft them. And here's the front side of it. Pardon all the weeds. Like I said, I haven't been gone for a couple of weeks, and haven't had a chance to get out here and get the garden tidied up, but I'm going to start producing some more videos here shortly, and we'll get back on track. This is a crepe myrtle, and let's see, another Chinese elm there, and a bald cypress that got inundated with wood borers. You can see right there, that's wood boring beetle holes. They're prolific down here in the south, and they're mainly known for tearing up pine trees, but apparently they like bald cypress as well. I don't know what this tree is here. I thought it was a hawthorn, but I'm not really sure. It's got a nice bark on it. It's got a nice nabari. Doesn't seem to want to grow really well though, so, and it's kind of weird. Haven't been able to successfully identify that one. This is a chalk bark, or I'm sorry, this is a Acer campestre, or hedge maple, that grown from a cutting. See, it's got a nice thick little trunk down there. That one's going to probably end up being just a show hen. And twin trunk crepe myrtle. This is a, trying to remember the species of this one. It's got a real nice russet cinnamony bark on it after it starts exfoliating, in a white flower. I believe that's Natchez, or no. I'm going to have to figure out what the name of that one is and get back to you on that, but we're going to be doing a video on that one this year as well, so once I get my brain back in the game here, get all my identification tags up and out, I'll be able to let you know exactly what species that is. This is the pyracantha. As you can see, it's getting ready to bloom. I'm going to let it bloom this year. This will be the first year I've let it bloom since it was collected. I think this is its 4th season, and there are some flowers already starting to bloom on it. So in the next day or two, this tree will be completely white with flowers, and then of course after the flowers come the berries, so we'll have to, I may just go ahead and let it set berries this year just for some visual interest. The tree's been very robust as far as growth, very strong tree. It's done well, so, and it's probably ready to transplant it out of this and start thinking about putting it in a bonsai container. So we'll probably do that next season, so I'll let it go ahead and set fruit this season, so just to use up any excess energy that's stored in those roots that we're going to be cutting off anyway. This is a hawthorn, American hawthorn, and we'll be doing a video on it shortly as well. I'm going to have to get it out of this gigundous container that it's in. This is a 3 foot by 2 foot container that it's in, but the trunk on this thing is immense. It's probably, I don't know, 7-8 inch diameter trunk. It's been in there for 4 years, and it's just now starting to establish itself and start to put out some really decent growth. So we'll be doing a video on that one as well. And here is the hornbeam. I tried to do an approach graft on this thing right here to get some more balance in the structure, but as you can see, it did not take. The graft failed. So we'll be looking at maybe thread grafting that one next spring. I'm going to let a couple of these whips, these little whips here, grow freely, and then I'm going to bring them around and thread graft it, a branch into the area that we want it to be in over there. So as you can see, everything's growing very, very well. We'll start bringing some of these in, doing more one-on-one videos like we have done in the past, and just show you, the next steps and the progressions. in the techniques that you use. A lot of my trees now are in the phase where we're going to start working on ramification more so than branch structural designs and selections. I still have a few that we need to do with some, primary and secondary and tertiary branch selections. So we'll still have a few videos to do with those. But now we're going to start focusing this season and next season more on ramification and final placement of the main branches and things along those lines. So we'll be moving along with the next phases of excuse me, styling and design. So thanks for watching.